like sports at a professional level, like you see like sports back then having like boxing matches and that sort of thing, like they were a big deal to a lot of people, like groups of people and stuff, like Joe Louis. I don't know if that was
oh yeah,
around the same time, but
oh
like,
heavens, yeah, Joe Louis was just huge when I was a kid coming up and coming out of high school, and yeah, Joe Louis was a big he had a huge significant, because was it Max Schmeling?
Yeah.
Isn't that who?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that became an international situation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that just wasn't this country. That became Germany and USA,
Right,
and who won that fight was,
yeah.
That was a world event, and
Yeah.
so
So did you listen to that fight then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The one where it was like the first round
Yeah.
knockout or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of course hockey. Back in those, hockey was another thing. We went to several hockey games when I was a kid down at. It wasn't Joe Louis Arena then; it was something else, and I don't recall the name of it, but it was. But there were lots of competitive things, that were going on.
Oh yeah.
And people really, they were interested and became very excited about it. And,
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So going off of like Joe Louis and that sort of thing, what would you say about like race in sports? Because that was a big deal like a long time ago. Now we don't think about it as much because it's so. We just have most sports are pretty even, in terms of whites, blacks, Hispanics,
Yep.
So, but like, how would you say like that's changed over the years? From when you were a kid. Well, just you have any thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I think it's become much more of a world situation now, because when I was a kid growing up, your players came out of, for the Tigers, they probably came out of Detroit or relatively close surroundings.
Right.
I really can't speak with accuracy as far as did they get them from the West Coast or the East Coast. I really don't remember that kind of thing. But nowadays, it's such a huge arena that look at how many guys that we've got that are from Central and South America.
Oh yeah.
And over in Europe, for goodness sakes, and in Japan. it's become a world situation.
Right,
so
right.
talent comes from all over the place now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more Japanese players that are occurring on teams in America just within the last decade. They're just popping up all over the place.
Right.
And so are the the Cubans and the Hispanics and things like that. It's just the field for getting players is just broadened. Huge.
And finding talent.
Oh yeah, finding talent. Race is not an issue anymore. Yeah, in some individual peoples it might be, but as far as the sports themselves are concerned, at the player level,
Yeah.
when you get up into top management, I don't.
Maybe, yeah.
It could be there, but as far as player level is concerned, it's. I would say that there's, a lot more opportunity than there used to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So.
Also, with all the controversy with steroids that's just come up in the last 10 years maybe, what kind of things went on with that, like that you can remember from earlier on in sports? Did you have problems with guys trying to gain an advantage like that, or was you hear about Babe Ruth like coming to games drunk, that kind of thing. Was it from any of my experience, either professional as far as baseball is concerned, I think alcohol was probably one of the major issues. Drugs and enhancements came on much later. Okay.
And whether the alcohol helped them or didn't help them, I don't know. But that happened even in fast pitch softball that I was involved with. Oh heavens, yeah! I was picked up by one team out of Port Huron, was to go to a state tournament, for goodness sakes, and we went, and it was supposed to be Friday, night, Saturday, Sunday, into the weekend kind of thing, and we won on Friday night. I don't know, through the game, and I don't recall. You know, I don't remember. I hit like 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4, whatever it was. But it's a real good game. I think it was a 1-hit or something like that. But a number of the guys just went out and boozed it up. Okay, this on Friday night,
right.
And we come back on Saturday to play a Saturday morning game, and half these guys just. And I told the one fellow asked me, I said, don't bother to ask me again. I'm not interested in this kind of scene. If that's what they want to do, fine. But I'm not interested in this kind of scene at all. And so we're here to play softball, and if that's what they want to do, that's our choice. But it's not mine. So and I'm sure that went on professionally too. I'm sure that that people had their issues with alcohol, and to say that it was enhancing and to their benefit all the time, I wouldn't say that. You know, I don't think I could say that, because I think there were times it probably negatively affected their performance, you know, if they were under the influence of alcohol. And so, but it's nowadays, you know, with the drug and the steroid issue, you know, you're not using the demand and that to be as good as you can be, okay, that sort of then starts tipping you over into that arena.
Right.
So then you sort of have to start getting beyond who the good Lord really equipped you with the innate talents you got.
Right.
You got to get into the area of, you know, how other things can enhance that. When you start moving into that area, to me, I think you start losing the quality of what's going on.
Right.
Because now whatever you do is not really you. It's an artificial assistance, you know, that's helping you to do that.
Right.
And so I'm not a fond believer in these. I would just like to see it done by natural ability. And, because as far as records and that kind of thing is concerned, it really gets to be a mess in that area.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you're trying to compare a record for somebody who never did that to somebody who did, and this battle is going on constantly.
Yeah, well, I mean,
do you include that, and are they in the Hall of Fame, or are they not? So you've got all of these factors that are coming into the picture.
Well, I mean, the Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, that's one of the biggest ones right now.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, obviously Hank Aaron was never suspect to do any of that kind of thing, and Barry Bonds was probably...
And it was just pure natural ability.
Right.
You know, just pure natural ability. But on the other hand, now you've got them with the enhancement. And is that his true ability? No, he has artificially improved himself to compete, and it doesn't make it a level playing field. So, and of course, perhaps they didn't have that opportunity back there, and whether you know, whether he would have done that or not.
Faced with
faced with that situation, I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
I would suspect maybe not, but I can't answer that question. I don't know. But for whatever reason, why there's some kind of pressure that's put on them to perform beyond, you know, their innate ability to do it. That to me is sort of a negative influence.
I appreciate you doing this. I think that's about all I got for you. So,
thanks.
Nice to talk with you.
Yeah, you too.